Can you really make money online from home? Short answer, yeah. In 2016, 1 in 4 Americans made money from home. That was before the pandemic. In this video, I'm gonna teach you how I've done this, but more importantly, the mentality it takes to make money from home with all the distractions. Let's dive in. I laughed when I saw the title of this video because I started in public libraries, all right? I started in public libraries, that's where I would create my stuff and try to make sales. I later graduated to the college box office, the box office, like little chairs and suites inside of the basketball stadium on campus. And I would go and I would sneak in the front window when the security guards weren't looking. And I'd look, I knew I actually memorized their schedule. So I knew when they were coming, so I could hear them coming and I would just throw my stuff back through the window and sit on the other side of it while they looked around, making sure everything's cool, and then I jump back in once they left. That's how it happened. Well, because why? Because all you need is an internet connection. That's it. That's all. I used to wake up, I would sleep. I remember this one year in particular, hear me on that, year. I was working for Russell Brunson, and I was the lead funnel builder at ClickFunnels, but I still was working on my big break personally. I was sleeping, I would wake up at 5 a.m. and I would be on my couch working by 6 a.m. Okay, and I would just right there in a living room. Okay, it's right there on a little tiny apartment, and I was working on my stuff, or I would ride my bike 4 miles into ClickFunnels and work on my own stuff from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Then I work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., put my kids down, and then work again, usually from 10 p.m. to midnight. Sleep from midnight to 5. I did that for about 8 months to just work hard, you know? I believe in working hard. So I laugh at the title of this video a little bit because can you really make money online? It's like, yeah, but no one cares more than you will. Don't ask them to. Okay, so what I want to teach you is some mentalities though of what you really need to do in order to actually pull this game off. Number one, you have to understand that you have 2 roles when you're trying to make money from home, and they don't really happen at the same time. The first is that you need a product. You gotta have a thing, right? You need a thing and you gotta go create it. Creation can be fun and there's an adrenaline that comes with it. And you're like, I'm making this thing that's never existed, rah, right? Like scene in Castaway, he's like, me, fire, right? Same kind of thing totally happens to entrepreneurs. The problem is they'll get addicted to that and they won't learn the second role. And without learning the second role, you will continue to make products in your house without any money in your hand to show for it, which is marketing. Marketers get paid, entrepreneurs do not. You can totally entrepreneur something and stay broke. What does it mean to entrepreneur? It means to find and solve a valuable problem. That's all entrepreneurship is. But you can find and solve a valuable problem and be poor. So you have to learn the second role of marketing. Money is the byproduct of marketing, always. There's no such thing as a poor marketer. It just doesn't happen. If they're poor, they stop being a marketer. So what I want to teach is how I sift and sort. You have to understand, I had kids yelling in the background, doing this from home for a while before we actually got an office, which wasn't long ago, okay? We did this from a home office. I had 4 guys with picnic tables as their desks smashed together in a little bedroom, all right? I get it. I know how to hustle, okay? And you might be watching, it's like, oh man, this guy knows the hustle. I'm hustling too. It's like, yeah, mano y mano. We're feeling connected. Here's how I did it though. Number one, you have to treat this like a real business. Otherwise, it's not going to be. So I would tell myself, I don't care that I'm working from home. I'm only going to work 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's it. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's how I continued to still be able to be a daddy, right? That's how I still was able to do whatever evening stuff was going on for the most part. Even now, I hardly ever work evenings or weekends. Okay, you have to understand that the temptation to constantly work because you can will come to you. Say no to it. Gifts come from constraint. So I was like, I'm gonna create a positive constraint in my life by only working 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I'm just not gonna take lunch. I'll eat while I go. And I just worked hard. So by the time 6 p.m. came around, I could switch hats and I had to do this, okay? I had half an inch of drywall to change mentality from warrior, take it down, baby, or I'm gonna go hunt down the sale. I always joke I'm gonna go hunting, okay? I take a moment in the morning to go to war mentality-wise, but I also can't take that mentality into being a daddy. That's not gonna be awesome. And so I had half an inch of drywall to change mentalities and take off my armor, put down my sword and shield, right? I'm going to battle in a room that's in the same house as my kids, and then not be warrior in front of kids. That was a big thing for me to realize. Can I just be real with you? All right, I'm just being open. That was hard. That was a practiced thing, especially because I was in the Army for a while. I really had to work on taking that down. That was a big piece of mentality for me that really meant a lot, okay? So treat it like a real business. 9 a.m., 6 p.m., I don't work weekends unless there's a big event coming up. I don't work evenings unless there's a big event coming up. And I just make an agreement with myself. If I don't get it done by 6 p.m., I can get it done tomorrow. Now, obviously when I started and I had no money at all or cash flow, I worked till the project was done. But as soon as possible, I created the positive constraint of 9 to 6. 6 after that, I'm with the kiddos, right? And for the most part, I was able to keep that. That mentality of work, can you make money from? Yeah, but I had to treat it, I had to put on different hats, okay? Oh, this is my business destroyer, killer, go for the sale hat versus the daddy hat, right? That's a very different mentality. Otherwise, I would bring that into the home environment, which wouldn't be good. Does that make sense? What happens when you create a constraint like that is, you know how intensely you work when you know you have a deadline, because at 6 p.m. you're off the clock. I did that for almost 3 years, and I still do that pretty well. The last little bit I've been kind of bleeding into the evenings a little bit here, okay? Okay, but still though, understand that mentality has been really, really helpful. It helped me treat it like a real business, all right? I want to teach you how I actually keep noise from going all crazy in my head. But before I do, go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button. Sorry, I can't talk. Go ahead and hit the like and the subscribe button, because I want to be able to share more of these types of videos. Most of my stuff's going to be on business strategy and marketing and sales and how you do that kind of stuff. But this one's slightly more mentality based. I'd love to hear in the comments below how you've been able to stay focused when there's all these kinds of distractions going on around you. All right, I need to dispel a massive disbelief or misbelief that all these people say, hey, have you ever heard that CEOs read a book a week? How many of you guys have ever heard that? CEOs read a book a week. Super common in the entrepreneur space to quote that. So let me just ask a quick question. Are you a CEO? No! Stop reading a book a week. I don't. I read way less than you probably think I do. Why? Because I hate being a CEO. Right? I don't want to be a CEO. What is a CEO, first of all? A CEO is in the business of building and tweaking systems. If you have no systems, you're not a CEO. Stop calling yourself one. You're an entrepreneur, okay? I need to teach you. This next 5-step formula that I've used has helped me clear the noise from my head, especially when you might be like me. You're like, oh man, I'm a parent. I've got bills. I've got stuff going on. There's stresses going on in life. How do you remove the noise from your head so that you can act? This is something that I created. It's worked for me. I've been doing it the last 3 or 4 years, and it's been very helpful for me. So much so that I ended up teaching it at some major 5,000 person events, and it's been very powerful. I definitely use it for entrepreneurs who are at home, okay? So first of all, stop consuming so much, all right? You need to cultivate a low information diet. That phrase comes from Tim Ferriss. I'm not trying to just learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn. Like, ugh, you can't do anything when you do that, all right? So check this out. This is how I do this. Number one, this is 5 parts. Number one, I need to have clarity on my goal. If you're just like sitting at your desk every day and no one hands you a to-do list, you got to come up with that. So if you don't have clarity on where you're going, right? Like, I'm climbing that mountain. Why are you sitting at the chair to work? You shouldn't, all right? Number one, ridiculous clarity on where you're trying to go. And I don't mean like this thing they do at events now, like, what's your goal? Double it, times it by 10. Now that's your goal. Garbage, okay? I don't do that. What am I actually going for? What's my goal? Is it tangible? Can I feel it? Can I smell it, right? Is it right there? Okay, then I do the second part. The second part is, man, and this is the hardest one for most people. This one and the next one, okay? Hardest part right here. Imagine if you took your phone out and you open up the Maps app and you're like, I'm gonna go to this address, but it didn't show you where you currently are. That app would almost be worthless. It couldn't say, in 300 feet, take a left. It wouldn't say that stuff, right? Step number 2 is brutal honesty in where you are. I mean brutal. I was so nervous one of the first events I ever went to. I couldn't afford the tickets, so I traded funnels for plane tickets, funnels for hotel nights, funnels for the event tickets. And the last night, I basically ended up sleeping in the lobby. I was like, man, I want this. I'm hungry. I'm gonna go for it. Do whatever it takes. I was so nervous that I'd be the only non-successful person in the room that I had all these practice conversation pieces practiced and memorized, so that when I got to this event, I was still in college at the time. When I got to this event, I would feel at home. I wore a suit. I did all kinds of crap that wasn't me. I'm saying that because you might do the same thing every once in a while, and it's very common in the internet entrepreneur space. If you are not where you are, do not say otherwise. Brutal honesty in where you are. If you're not good at doing marketing, don't act like you are. Jack up the Maps app. It can't tell you where to go. Does that make sense? If you're not awesome at traffic, stop acting like you are. Brutal honesty is what is required for that app to work. No, this is the exact crosshairs of where this individual is, and because of that, he can be guided. Same thing in the second piece. Number one, where you're going. Number two, ridiculous hardcore honesty in where you are. Keep going. This is not complete without the other 3 steps. Step number 3, you have to know, all right, this is, all right, if I am trying to, I used to backpack a lot. My brothers and I did a 3-week backpacking trip when I was growing up. Super fun. You know what's interesting about that? Never saw the whole path. I only ever saw, especially if it was at night with headlamps, you'd only ever see the next few steps. But I often hear people say, Steve, I'm not going to move forward until I know how to handle step 89. And I'm like, are you on 88? They're like, no. And I'm like, then shut up. Shut up. Okay, the reality is that if you are not on 80, but entrepreneurship is a faith-based game. It's a faith-based game. You see the next 3 steps in front of you, nothing in between. Welcome to the game, all right? You see nothing in between. Next 3 steps, and that's it. You know what's fascinating? I only ever have to learn for the single next step in front of me. I'm gonna pick up my foot, and I'm gonna go, oh my gosh, I don't know how to place my foot for this next step. Now I'm gonna read. Now I'm gonna go through courses. Now I'm gonna go through and talk to mentors, and then place the step. Does that make sense? That's how this game works. But too many times people are like, oh, I don't know how to do this next step. You know what? I can't wait to get to step 89. What are the courses and the books and the CDs that'll help me go for 89? They get distracted, and then they get distracted thinking that they're moving. They've been confusing movement with learning. Learning isn't movement. It's the semblance of motion, not motion itself. I'm telling you right now, this is one of the major reasons why people suck at being an internet entrepreneur, especially online. There's so many distractions. How many times do you open Facebook a day? This is how I cultivated a I can get this done at home mentality. Number 1, where am I going? Number 2, where am I currently? Number 3, I only learn for the single next step in front of me. I call it just-in-time learning. Okay, that's what I call it. I'm just in time, just like just-in-time manufacturing. That's where that phrase comes from. Just-in-time learning. I'm only going to learn just in time as my foot goes down, and then stop learning that book. I don't read cover to cover. I hunt. I hunt answers. That's why we move so quick as a company. That's why I've only been in business for 3 years, and we're crossing really high volumes. And it's because I don't get sidetracked with all this garbage that's out there. You know how fast information is being created right now? There's no way I can learn it all. Don't try. Stop. Anyway, if there's a soapbox right now, I would step off of it. All right, let's go to step 4. Step number 1, where are you going? Step 2, where are you now? Step 3, just-in-time learning for the single next step in front of you. Now, while I can't, this is a faith-based game. You never see anything in the middle. Okay, and as you learn to take steps, new step 3s appear. I do need to know the 4th thing, though. Let's say I'm going to go climb Mount Everest. Well, I don't see all the steps. There are road marks along the way, right? There's landmarks. Hey, at this point, base camp's coming up. At this ravine, here's the tactic we like to use to cross it. You know what? At this point, this is where you should drop a lot of your gear, but keep this type of gear, right? I would have studied that kind of stuff from previous success stories. Does that make sense? Step number 4 is I need to know my industry's framework for how it works online. Yes, yours does. I just heard you say, but mine doesn't work online. Yeah, it does. We've sold toilet paper online. We've sold visas into Australia online. We've done SaaS. We've done e-com. I've done info. I've done consulting. I've done coaching. I've done ridiculous multi-million-dollar, multi-phase contract, B2B huge contracts. The internet is just an accelerant. That's all it is, okay? So I need to know the framework of the industry that I'm selling into and how they've worked on the internet. If you don't know that, you're gambling, and that's freaky. All right, step number 5. So again, 1, where am I going to? Where am I? 3, just-in-time learning. 4, what's the framework my industry has used to have success on the internet? It's like having a map, right? You don't see all the steps, but there's road marks along the way. There's landmarks along the way. Step number 5 is a question I ask myself usually every 6 months. And it is, I started asking, I don't know why this came. I was on an airplane coming back from an event I spoke at, and this question popped in my head. How can I increase my speed? Guys, I don't really believe in shortcuts, but I think you can speed up your progress on the path. Usually, in order for me to answer that question, how can I increase my speed? All right, on the very same path, I either have to upgrade my business systems or my marketing systems. And answering one of those 2 moves me faster on the very same path towards that peak. So anyways, that's it. 1, where am I going? 2, where am I? 3, just-in-time learning. 4, what's the framework? Do I have a map on what it usually looks like to have success? And then 5, how can I increase my speed? I got a free gift for you. I know I just said a lot of stuff, especially if you're brand new, you're an internet entrepreneur. Guys, go to ofasignup.com and it'll teach you some of these funnel skills. That's what we call them. Internet sales funnel skills. It's free just for signing up. ofasignup.com. The link is in the description.